cucumber dill slash, I always say that first. It's like, for a cucumber dill slash. It's like, wait, Jamie, hang on. How about cucumber dill dressing slash dip? That might work a little bit better. I don't know. Hi guys, and welcome back to another video from the Heathen Vegan. As always, I am so happy that you guys are here and that you're tuning in for another online gluten-free vegan recipe. And as always, I do want to take this quick second to thank you guys for taking time out of your day, for watching the video, for leaving likes, for leaving comments, for subscribing to my channel. That's fucking awesome. I can't thank you guys enough. So for those of you that are subscribers, just know that I truly appreciate it and thank you. For those of you that are new to this channel and you're checking it out for the first time, I hope that you guys end up sticking around too, and you guys also end up becoming subscribers. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make a cucumber dill dressing slash dip. I say dressing slash dip because of the fact that this can be used as dressing for salad dressing. It also can be used as a dip, which is how I'm going to use it today. I'm also going to show you guys how to make chickpea flour tortillas. So this dressing is a very popular dressing that is used in gyros. And if you want to go and use this for gyros, like, go for it. You are going to need a whole full cucumber. I have mine already grated. And so with the cucumber, I forgot to deseed the seeds in here. Now that's not the biggest deal. What is kind of a big deal is that, like, the center of this is going to be really watery. This is a very, like, pulpous, high water type of vegetable, and so when you actually go and you grate this, make sure that you drain a lot of the water from this out if you don't want to, like, I mean, I'm actually kind of glad that I didn't go and cut the seeds out because I kind of want the seeds in there. And don't peel the skin, leave the skin on there, because I don't know if any of you know this or not, but with all fruits and vegetables, the most nutrient part of it is actually the skin, which a lot of people don't know. So I want to let that be, like, out there. What I also like to do is, after I have it grated, and because of the fact that it is a very because it is pretty much a water-based vegetable, I do like to put salt and pepper in it. The salt does help in flavoring it, but the salt also goes and drains more of the moisture out of the vegetable itself, where the pepper goes and enhances the flavor of the actual vegetable. In addition to that, you are going to need half a cup of sour cream. I'm using, again, my favorite brand to use, Tofuti's non-dairy sour cream. You can use any type of sour cream that you like. With Tofuti's, I'm very comfortable using it. I've used it in at least 1,000 different recipes, at least 1,000 different times. So I'm going with Tofuti sour cream. So you're going to need a half a cup of non-dairy yogurt. I'm going with cashew milk yogurt. Whatever non-dairy yogurt you go with, make sure that it's unsweetened. You don't want any sweeteners in here, so make sure that it's unsweetened. I'm going to show you the container that I use. I don't know if you can see the actual writing on it or not. It's by a brand called Forager, and I am using cashew milk yogurt. And the reason why I'm showing you the container is not because of the brand itself or the type of non-dairy yogurt that it is, but I want to show you that this single serve right here is half a cup, and that is how much you need for this recipe right here. So you won't have to measure this out. You're also going to need 3 cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You're also going to need a teaspoon of white vinegar and a teaspoon of white cooking wine. And then another half teaspoon of half vinegar and half cooking wine. I don't know if that makes sense or not. In addition to that, you'll also need 1.5 tablespoons of lemon juice. And then I'm gonna put in about a 1/3 cup of chopped red bell pepper. Then we have some seasonings to put in there. It's gonna be a teaspoon each of salt and pepper, garlic and onion powder, and then 2 teaspoons of dill. So let's get on to our dip slash dressing so that we can let this chill, and then we can get on to our tortilla wraps. So we're gonna put the sour cream and the yogurt in first. What I want to do is, real quick, is I want to whip these guys up. Just to get this mixed. And then again, you'll be able to tell when these two are whipped up because of the fact that the sour cream and the yogurt are two different colors. The sour cream is more of a white, whereas the yogurt is more of an off-white color. You are going to need to scrape the sides. So scrape them. And then we'll put in the garlic, the red pepper, and our cucumber. Get that in there, and we're going to do it. And we're going to mix this until the cucumbers, the red peppers, and the garlic are pretty finely chopped. I think I got cucumber on my face. There's some type of shit on my face. Okay, after that we're gonna put in the rest of our ingredients. I just put in the lemon juice. Next comes the vinegar and the white wine. And then the olive oil. And then our 2 teaspoons of our dill. Our teaspoon of garlic and onion powder. And then our salt and pepper. Then we're going to mix this up. There we go. Oh my god, it looks so good! I just tried a little bit of this, and this is really, really good. Like, yeah. What I did put in addition, is a little bit of liquid smoke. I think that is really what, like, that's really like what gave this a lot of good flavor. I'm going to put a little bit more in. I said originally a half teaspoon, but I'm going to say a whole teaspoon of liquid smoke. Alright, so what I used here to really give this some like unique flavor is liquid smoke. I'm using Wright's brand, and I'm using hickory flavor. Just like maybe 4 months ago, I discovered liquid smoke from watching other vegan channels on YouTube. And I was like, liquid smoke. And so I didn't Google it. I should have Googled it. I went trucking to the grocery store. I went trucking there. And I'm like, I'm thinking it's going to be in the gluten-free aisle. It's going to be in, like, some health food aisle, some vegan aisle. Dude, I couldn't find this. I just could not find this. I see a worker. I'm like, hello. I know we're in the middle of a pandemic. I'm extra polite. She's never heard of it before. I go scuttling back home with my head down. And I keep on watching these vegan YouTube channels, and I keep on hearing liquid smoke this, liquid smoke that, liquid smoke blah, 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 blah. So finally I'm like, fuck it. I want to know what it looks like. Because if I know what it looks like, then I know what I'm looking for. And so I Googled it, and it's like, this thing is so popular and so common, and if you guys already know about it, good for you. I didn't. But it's like, it's in the condiment aisle. It's above, like, the ketchup. The most popular condiment ever. And it's on the top shelf. And it's like $2. And anyway, I just put a teaspoon of this in there. And it really brought out, it brought out a unique flavor in this dressing. But not only did it bring out a unique flavor in this dressing, it also somehow accentuated each and every flavor that's already in this dressing. Like, we got cucumbers, we got red peppers, we got garlic, we got salt and pepper, dill. So it really has done a really good job in making this a very flavorful dressing slash dip. Let's get this in a container, let's chill this, and then let's go and make our chickpea flour tortillas. I have my pan, my medium pan. It's preheated at a medium heat with a little bit of olive oil in there. I'm going to spread the olive oil real quick, just so that it gets coated, the pan gets coated. And I put everything in one bowl just to make it, I put all the dry ingredients in one bowl just to make this a little bit easier. So we're going to need 1 cup of chickpea flour, 1 tablespoon of tapioca flour. We are also going to need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and we're going to need a 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar. Then also a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. In addition to that, I did put in some marjoram, and I put in some black pepper. So all your dry ingredients, feel free to put into one bowl. Dump it in. And then we're also going to need 2 tablespoons of red palm oil. If you don't have red palm oil, that's okay. You can use olive oil. Next, what we're going to do is we're just going to mix this up real quick so that the ingredients are well blended. Now, it's going to be a bit crumbly, and that's really, really good. We want it to be crumbly. The more of a crumble you can get with this, the better this recipe is actually going to be. And that's because the fat from the oil is integrating with the rest of the ingredients. And while you're doing this also, it's also sifting the dry ingredients, which is really good because of the fact that we have tapioca flour, we have cream of tartar in there, we have salt in there, we have baking soda in there, which are really good leavening agents for our flour. Now, because of the fact that we're using a bean flour and not your typical rice-based or potato-based gluten-free flour, this is really getting itself a nice texture. We're gonna put in about 2/3 of a cup of warm water. I'm gonna put in a little bit at a time. So when you first start to put the water in, it's gonna get a bit sticky, but because of the fact that we're using a bean-based flour, it's gonna start to, as we integrate it more and more and more, not be as sticky. Now, like I said, you are gonna use 2/3 of a cup. Like I said, you are gonna roughly use 2/3 of a cup of water, but you're not gonna put it in all at one time. You're gonna put it in by like thirds. And you're just going to keep on mixing it. And if you're using chickpea flour, you're going to start to smell the chickpeas. And if you're a chickpea fan like myself, you're gonna kind of be a little bit excited. So after you get all your water in, you're gonna mix this with your hand, preferably, for about 2 or 3 minutes, because you want this to actually form a pretty sturdy mound. I think chickpea flour just fell out of my hair, but that's okay. After the 2 to 3 minutes is up, you have 1 or 2 options. What you can do, if you would like, you can turn these into pita chips. You can pre-bake your oven till about like 400, and then you can go and use a spray for the bottom of your baking sheet. You can press this out. You can press this out exactly how I'm about to press it out to make the tortilla wraps, and then you can cut them into triangles, put them in the oven, let them bake for like 10-15 minutes. Season them however you'd like, salt and pepper, and then you'll have tortilla chips. You're going to take a piece of parchment paper. You're going to take roughly about 1/3 of your ball. Just roll it into a ball like this, so that it's nice and equal, so that any of the cracks that might be in there, so that there's no more cracks from when you started rolling it. Put it on your parchment paper, then put another piece of parchment paper on top. Press it down real quick, and then take a rolling pin and just start spreading it out. And you're just going to roll it out until it gets to be about an eighth of an inch thick. You don't have to worry about it being completely circular, because that's going to be virtually impossible unless you have like some kind of circular cookie cutter. But basically the most important thing is to make sure this is at least an eighth of an inch thick. Once you have it to that thickness, just peel it off your parchment paper, and boom, let it fry up real quick in your frying pan that's on medium with a little bit of olive oil. It's going to be roughly about a minute to 2 minutes on each side. My daughter got me new pots and pans and mixing bowls for Christmas. So Alexis, if you're watching, thank you, sweetheart. I love you. Oh my god, it smells so good. Wow. Now, like I said, don't worry about the shape being perfect. You can always cut these into strips. You can cut these into triangles. You can cut these into dinosaur shapes if you so choose to. If you really do want these to be perfect circular tortillas, then get yourself a circular cookie cutter and do it that way. Or, if you want them to be like big tortillas, if you get like really big coffee jars, or like Maxwell House of Folgers, like the big economy size ones, you can use the top of that also to make these circular. I'm just gonna finish up with my tortilla wraps, and then I'm gonna plate these guys up, and we'll take a gander. All right, guys, here it is, our cucumber dill creamy dressing / dip with our chickpea flour tortilla, which I turned into strips, and I put it with a bunch of vegetables. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please leave a like. If you'd like to see more of my online gluten-free vegan cooking, or even some of my vlogs, please subscribe to my channel. And as always, I really do enjoy hearing from you guys, so feel free to leave a comment if you'd like to. Until next time, my friends, have a great day, and thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. See you soon.